How many light bulbs do you think you could fit in your ass?
This is probably the only one.
Yeah.
Well, like
100.
this way or
Sideways.
sideways? None. Dude, my asshole's like that big.
That shit stretches, bro. You'd be surprised.
Hell yeah, dude. Whenever you guys are ready, we'll start her off with a big fatty intro.
Cool. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Let's go.
What's going on, you heathen scum fucks?
What up?
Here with Medi Heff.
Medi Heff, the man of many hats.
Yeah,
and not
no.
because he's bald, just because he wears many hats. This is Jayk Heffner.
Yes. I just like to wear hats that match my shoes because it's an Adidas shoe.
Oh.
Are those
I didn't even
new,
notice
bro?
Actually, no.
What?
These shoes are
Those
from.
are crispy.
Well, they're like 3 years old, but I don't wear my shoe. Like I wear the same pair of shoes all the time because I don't care if I get them muddy. I only wear the cool shoes that I own for like
YouTube
special
shit.
occasions.
Yeah.
So this is a
appearances.
special occasion.
And what does your shirt say?
Ooh.
Let's get that in the shot.
In the shot.
John Ditter.
John Diddler.
It's a deer humping another deer.
Yeah. That's
So-
my kind of John Deere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You should stick a sticker over that female deer's head of somebody that I don't know.
That'd be pretty good.
Pritzker, the obviously hated, something like that.
Yeah.
There you
that-
go.
Ooh, okay, I got one.
Anyways, Hef's one of my best friends, easily, and he's got some pretty cool stuff going on. So excited to have him on the show here today with his John Diddler shirt.
These kids have been jamming together for like 6 years, did you say?
Probably. I mean, 2014.
Fuck, dude, I'm losing count over here.
Right around that.
2014,
Yeah,
and it's 2021, so 7.
it'll be 7 years this year.
Yeah.
Heff was like he was one of our first live musics at the shop.
Yep,
He came in with his drum set.
yep, and we did a show there
No, we were the first, I
Yeah.
think, because
Yeah,
it was
we were.
you, me, and
before I even like worked there.
and Matt and
And Tyler and
Tyler
Schlad.
Schlad.
I haven't even seen footage of that. Like
There's
in
no
my
footage of
memories and
that.
shit. There's got to be a picture or something.
Dude,
We were all just having such a
I don't
good
think
time.
anybody documented
The
it.
only
Yeah.
people there were Schlad's parents.
Jeff probably has a fucking video of that somewhere.
Yeah, there's got to be a picture or video or something.
Look at
So quick fun background story about how me and Heff met, because this is kind of an epic one.
it's pretty good.
I sat down next to him in Mr. Crane's class at Professor Crane. Sorry, bud.
Dr. Crane.
Yeah, whatever. Mr. Doctor, Professor, whatever. Anyways, sat down and he's like, "Oh yeah, tell the person next to you something about yourself." And we're 19 and just like nobody likes doing that shit. Nobody's like, "Oh yeah, briefly summarize your," like, nah, dude, that's fucked up. But anyways, I'm like, "Oh, what's up, dude? My name's Kurt and I like to play guitar." And he's like,
I'm
you're
like,
like-
yo, my name's Jacob and I play the drums. And like we had to say that in front of the class, like 'cause,
"Yeah,
like
what we said to each other."
yeah. And then Dr. Crane was like, "Oh, you guys should be a band."
Right on the spot. And
Yeah.
we kind of looked at each other, we're like,
Why not?
fuck it. And then that was the first fucking day. And we
Yeah.
just kind of exchanged contact info and then jammed and shit.
And the rest is history. I mean,
Matt, because I had been working with him. He was the vocalist for us in a while and he does a lot of acoustic stuff. And then you were jamming with Schlad and Tyler on bass and rhythm guitar respectively.
Yep.
And
Did you end up sitting next to Schlad in another class? It was like
No.
another Jacob.
nope. But didn't you meet
I met
Schlad?
Schlad at RBC too.
Yeah, that might be
honestly.
what you're thinking of.
Yeah. I met Schlad.
And Schlad lived like 2 minutes away from where me and Marco grew up, but went to
Yeah.
a different school district.
And you met Schlad through Heff?
Yes, that first time that we jammed was the first time I met Schlad. And he was more radical, but also more quiet.
But he's still quiet today, so it's like
Yeah.
Nah. And that was Race to Autumn.
That was Race to Autumn. Yeah, that was the beginning.
Yes.
That was like the very. I'm actually like documenting this shit. Like I have not like a diary, but like a memoirs, but it's not a real memoirs. Like
You've been in like 40 bands, right?
I've been in a lot of bands, so I kind of like I write. Like I have this thing. It's called My Book, bitch. And
your book, bitch.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's called on my computer, and it basically starts from like my music career because I don't like who wants to hear about my life. Like no one wants to hear about like 10-year-old Jayk. You know, no one wants to hear that
Right,
shit.
unless it's
I
something
do,
extra juicy.
Yeah, so I basically started at like 17-year-old me. No, maybe like 15-year-old me, like trying to start bands back in high school and stuff. And then I like talk about all people I've jammed with. And I don't write like I don't document this shit until like a couple years after. So like it's not fresh, but it's still like a memory, and that's why it's not a diary. It's like a memoirs.
Yeah,
And
more of like a biography.
Yeah, something like
autobiography or
that.
something.
And eventually, when I'm like 50, I'll drop it or something. You know,
Yeah.
that's like the whole thing.
And that's what they'll use.
It's good to have
make
that in the back spank.
It is, dude. It is. So like the shit we're working on now won't be documented in that book, bitch,
to like
5 years from now. Or like
3
maybe like 2 or 3 years from now.
Yeah, whenever it's more of a memory than a
Than a present.
exactly.
Yeah.
How many bands have you played in, do you think?
It is hard to count, but I would say it's probably close to like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Probably. Well, like official bands that like made music and original shit, only 3.
Rats, Beach Static, and
Now we got the E-boys.
yes.
Yeah. So only 3 that have like made like their own music and like I've been in bands that, like tried to write music, but like
Just never came together.
never came out. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
a lot of people, especially around here, they just want to do cover shit, or
Yeah.
they just it doesn't for whatever reason.
and that's how I started, you know, drumming with this band called Audio Rewind back in like 2012. And that was fun for a while, but I mean, it's just the cover shit got old. Like,
Yeah, it's
it's
just if it's not what you want to do, it's not what you want to do. Like, yeah, of course, we could throw a fucking 15, 20 song cover list and play any fucking bar in town next fucking month. But
Yeah.
like, so what?
Yeah.
Like,
I like being creative, you know? I mean, you
absolutely.
can be creative with the cover, but
Not doing covers is definitely more risky. It's like probably more hit or miss.
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, like I'm not inherently against covers, but like I don't want that to be all that I'm doing.
Yeah, well, if
You
you play a
know?
cover song, you're playing to a warm audience, a song that, or an audience that knows the song.
Yeah, they know the lyrics.
And
they're
if you're
familiar.
playing your own shit, like you're playing to a cold audience, so you really have to win them over.
Yeah.
Yep,
And so
it's fun.
it is fun. And you know, I've previously the bands that I've been in that have made original music, I've always been the drummer. And so I'm stepping into a new role now where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to be that guy front and center that's have to win the audience
Yeah.
instead of just being back there like, you know, drumming
Yeah.
and shit. So
And you fell into that role really well. Like we did a house show at your place
Yeah.
on Halloween,
super fun.
and you were like the front man. You got everyone super hyped about it.
Yeah, bridge that gap a little bit, Heff. So
Yeah. So
what happened where
ooh,
in your mind you're just, or whatever it was, where you're just like, man, I got to do something different besides play
Right.
drums, because that's like what you were always solid at. You know, obviously you've been playing for many years, and then you kind of got into keyboards somewhat recently, right?
Mhm.
In the
Yeah,
last like
pretty
4 or
recent.
5,
yeah.
and then now it's frontman, vocals, etc.
Yeah. So to bridge that gap, so I've been drumming for the longest time, like since I was like 12, and then I was drumming in, you know, all these bands, really cool bands like Rats and Beach Static that we talked about, and that was really fun to play with them and just be like the quiet drummer, like the behind the scenes type of dude. But then I would say I went so in 2020, in March 2020, right when the pandemic first hit, like it was like this time last year, like March 15th or something like that. I was like, you know what? I have these extra 2 weeks off now because like that's all we thought it was gonna be. You know, we thought like, okay, an extended spring break. You know, let's go live it up. So I went down to Nashville, to Tyler's place. Tyler, who was in Race to Autumn, and he's a producer. And I put down some drum tracks and some keyboard tracks. And my plan with that was to come back to Rockford and find either a rapper or a screamer or just some type of vocalist to like go on top of those and I searched for like the longest time that spring and summer. Like I actually like jammed with a couple people, and none of them were really like feeling it. Like it was just it was kind of weird, and I was like, man, how am I gonna put these songs out? Now I have them recorded, you know, all these instrumentals, and it's like I can't find anyone to sing on them. So I was like, I guess I should try myself. You know, why not? And so I started writing to him, and then I just told Tyler, who was actually coming back to Rockford for a little bit, and I was like, hey, do you think I could just record vocals on them? And he's like, yeah, man, let's do it. And so we did that. We rolled with it, and the rest has just been like progressing. So like after I dropped that album, I was like, well, what else can I do with my voice? And I'm not saying like I'm a singer, but it is fun to write songs, and I'm excited for the new music that's coming.
I have noticed you've actually gotten better at singing. Like when you first started out, I was like, you know, being honest, you're not exactly a singer.
Right, yeah.
And you never really sang before.
And that's the thing. Like, I know I'm not like a talented singer, but you don't really have to be a talented singer. Like, you just have to know how to be like relatable.
Yeah.
In a way. And you got to hit like really
relatably unique.
Yeah,
almost.
like unique, but also like you want people to like be attracted to not the sound of your voice, but what you're saying.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody looks at music so much from a lyrical perspective, and you know, 90% of people have no fucking clue how to listen to music at all, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, he said that. Oh, I understand that."
Exactly. Most music listeners only pay attention to like vocals and lyrics, and that's just a natural human thing, because like it's our voice, you know. We just get attracted to.
We can make that sound with our mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how we communicate. Like, of course, it makes sense for sure.
Yep. But yeah, so I mean, that's where it's at. I mean, that's how it kind of came to be. I guess you could kind of say like 2020, as crazy as that year was, it kind of drove me into like becoming a singer rapper. Like, I guess it kind of, you know, 2020 pushed me off the edge, you could say.
So was that what kind of sparked your even writing interest?
I guess.
Because some of the songs are kind of like edgy, and I know a lot of them were what you were feeling or thinking or going through at the time. You know, like you explained to me the one time that No One Cares, which you guys need to look at that video.
Made by him.
Yep.
It's on the
video.
YouTube.
It is horrendously awful.
11
the song
dislikes.
is fantastic.
Woo!
Yep. 11 dislikes.
21
likes.
What a great ratio.
What a ratio. If you were one of those 11 dislikers, dude, I'm going to find you one day. And I'm
going to kiss you. I want to kiss them.
Go,
I want to kiss them on the
You
ass.
can shit on them while he kisses them.
I was going to shit on their patio.
Oh, okay. You shit on their patio. I'll kiss their ass cheek.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll shake their hand.
The professional, nice guy.
And then light the shit on fire on the way out.
Woo.
What would you say is the hardest band member to secure? Is it a vocalist?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. After working with him for all these years, you know, like we had Race to Autumn for like a couple months.
And we've been in that same position too, where we had like material down when it's like, man, we got to find a vocalist, and you find somebody that works, but they're flaky or just they don't see that. Man, there's all type. People are all over the place when it comes to vocals and singing, dude.
Yeah.
Most people are too scared to even attempt it, even if they think they're ready. But like,
and that's the thing. Like, I thought I was going to be too scared, but after like doing that show at my house, and after like actually putting those songs out on the internet, like the responses I got after I dropped No One Cares, which was the first song that, you know, anyone's ever heard my voice on, I was like, you know what? I think I can do this, because like people are, unless they're just being fake and nice, like whatever, but people were liking it, and I was like, I guess I'm going to just give it a shot. And you know, and then all the dislikes happened on the music video. And I was like, well, actually, that's good too, because like that kind of like fuels me. Like,
yeah, that's what fuels me.
yeah, you still made somebody feel enough to click a button.
Yeah,
and that's like the modern day success.
Ideally, you would have more dislikes than likes. Honestly, you know, it should be flip flop.
Yeah, I mean, people are attracted to negative energy. Like, if there's beef between something, then like people are automatically drawn to that.
Especially music, bro. Like how shitty of a person are you to actively bag on or like hate people's music? Like hating a musician, one thing, because you're a multidimensional person.
Right.
Hating somebody's particular music, fuck off, dude. Out of everything that's fucked up in the world, that is what you choose to complain about. Out of all the inequity and whatever million fucking social justice warrior bullshits you can go on and rant about, that is what does it. You're not even talking about racy shit.
I'm gonna make sure this guy knows I dislike him.
Yeah. What a fucking peon. You music haters are fucking peons. I'll literally pee on you any day of the week, bitch.
I feel like I've heard you hate on music though before. So
well, I hate on music,
but not. I mean, I have an opinion about music, and I don't like music, but I don't actively purvey that opinion and be like, "Oh, your song sucks, dude." Like, unless there's an ulterior motive.
Okay,
or like
you're right. You're right.
Else,
I always have an ulterior motive to hate someone's music. You're
exactly.
Right. Like, I do hate some people's music.
But like, what was somebody's ulterior motive to like pressing the dislike button on your music?
Right, because I'm a nobody. So like, yeah, why would someone be like, "Oh, well, you know what it was? I think it was the video."
Oh, for sure.
Because the video was pretty.
That's where all the racists came into
like,
play.
What do we call it? Like,
we were like stomping babies and shit.
We kicked babies and not real babies, but just go watch the video. It's really funny.
It's a little rough around the edges.
It's very rough around the edges.
I got zooked on this couch actually. I got zooked.
Yeah.
There's a video of me getting zooked on the internet.
Yep.
Maybe one of the first ever.
And you chose to put it there.
I didn't.
And I gladly facilitated it.
I didn't choose.
All right, you agreed.
You complied.
I complied. It was still fun.
You assumed the position.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, whatever. Couple drinks in me. Couple of the banana. Banana liquor.
Banana.
I think probably the first time I met you was when you guys were playing at Tilted Kilt.
Yeah.
Which is no longer a place. They actually knocked the whole bitch down.
Yep.
But that was a great show.
The end of it, which was epic.
Oh, that was so funny.
I don't remember that. And
I'm sure you don't.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do not.
There was no video evidence of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were like youngsters, like 19, right?
Yeah, we were 19 playing in bars and shit.
I remember
came in.
Kurt. Here's a story about Kurt.
Yeah. We'll share our stories about that night because it was epic.
So it was before the show, and we actually went there with our parents, I think, because like we were young, like
somebody's parents.
Yeah, like Schlad's parents were there, my parents were there, something like that.
It wasn't like late. Like
it wasn't that late, but it was like we were young to be playing a bar, and so
was it Halloween night?
I think it was Halloween.
I don't think it was Halloween night, but it was like that weekend. Yeah,
it was like a Halloween,
like a couple days before,
because we wore like jerseys and shit. I was like Aaron Rodgers or something.
We wanted to dress up. The video's actually on YouTube, thanks to Schlad's dad.
It is.
Search Race to Autumn and.
Yeah, your guys' idea of costumes was dressing up in sports jerseys.
Terrible idea. But looking back, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Funny for sure.
Like, whose idea even was that?
I don't know. We were like,
none of us
like,
it's
a... No, like, I mean, you are, but like...
I am, but like, maybe it was my idea.
And Matt kind of is, too.
Maybe it was my idea.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. But anyway, so before the show, we're eating dinner there at the restaurant. It was like a restaurant bar. And Kurt orders like this big plate. I don't remember what it was, but it was a pretty big meal. And it got there, and Kurt was just nervous, shaking like this, and he was like, "Oh, no."
I know, it was bad, dude.
And then Tyler looked over.
I don't know what was going on, dude.
Now there's some stories about Tyler I could tell, but he's not like a beefy dude, but he likes to eat. And so he looked over and he's like, "Hey Kurt, you gonna eat that?" And Kurt's like, "Nah, I'm good." Tyler ate his meal.
Doubled down,
So
bro.
Kurt didn't have any food going into the show, but he still went out there like a champ and spoke to the crowd when Matt turned his back.
Yep. To which I got no response.
How's everyone nice
spoke to the crowd?
Yeah. I just...
What did you say?
I said something like, "Is everybody having a good night?" Or like something very generic like that in between songs, and there was zero response. Like... Nothing. It was awesome. That is the best thing you can do, honestly, is just yell something into a mic and not get a response. Because after that happens, like one time, you'd be like, "Oh,
no one cares.
I don't give a fuck."
Like, you know what? That actually happened here at your house 2 weeks ago or whatever. And it was Uncle Jimmy. He was talking to somebody while we were about to start. And I was like, Uncle Jimmy, we're about to play. And he wouldn't listen to me. So I said, fuck it, we're just gonna start. Like, he was just like talking, and I was just like, the disrespect.
That's why I like the guitar, dude, because it's like, oh, you want to be loud? You want to be loud? I'll show you loud, dude. I will make your ears bleed in places that you didn't even know they could bleed from with my right hand.
I'll drown your shit out.
Right.
You think no one cares about me? No one cares about you.
Yeah. You want to fuck on me?
Fuck on you.
But that's the truth, though. No one cares about you. People in a room, they think more about what people think of them than
they ever bother to think about anybody
people.
else.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's a good icebreaker when you flop. Like, that's how I imagine bombing at a comedy show would be. It's like,
I would recommend
say what I want.
Yeah. Like, some people take that so far and hard to heart, I feel like, where they're like irreparable after that. But nah, dude. In the name of fucking, what's his name, dude? You just gotta fucking send it, bud.
Yeah.
Full send.
That's
Larry
like
the Enticer.
That's one of the most, like, self-building things I feel is flopping really hard publicly or like an important moment.
Builds character.
Very much so.
Absolutely, dude.
And then like it makes it so that anything you do after that is not going to be nearly as embarrassing or like hurtful as that. So
you're
like
just not as critical and self-reflective, and it's like, well, you're more you can be self-reflective, but you have a good takeaway from it, and you're like, all right, here's what I could have done differently. But like, you can't be upset about it. Like, who fucking cares?
That's the whole thing of like failure and self-growth.
Yeah. And then as a musician, like the big thing to remember, especially now, is that everybody practices their music so much, or they think so much. Insider joke. Sorry, guys.
That's okay. I don't practice singing ever. And that's why I'm not a real singer.
Quit saying that, huh? Anyways, but they take it so far to heart that they want to impress people. And here's the thing, dude. I know a lot of musicians that can do insanely impressive stuff, and nobody fucking cares.
Yeah, honestly,
nobody cares at all. Bro.
Yeah, if you're trying to go into the music thing, like
thinking you
might as well just
somebody?
like you might as well write pop songs that are relatable and catchy over like the difficult shit that you want to do.
You're there to entertain.
Yeah,
not impress.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big mind shift.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good you are. You could be,
chances are people are not going to like your original thoughts and content.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like at first, until you build the name and then people suck your dick.
Right.
So you were saying, because I've heard this a little bit, but what was like the flop at the end? It was just a song that like.
All right. So I'll give a good recollection of it because I have a good recollection.
Oh, from Race to Autumn?
We did all cover songs. And the show went pretty well. Yeah, which was okay because you had the gig lined up after we were jamming for 2 weeks.
Right,
we met in like August, started jamming.
So we didn't have time to make originals.
About 2 months later, we had a show.
Yeah.
And we're all in fucking college, dude.
Yeah,
like, it's hard to juggle, like, everybody's schedule. Like, I think we were able to jam once, maybe twice a week. And so we did when we could. And got like a 10-ish song list down and did some weird mashup shit, whatever. It was cool. I went fucking bananas on the guitar quite excessively, unnecessarily. It like
that was the funniest part of that video, in my opinion.
Definitely. And I wasn't even on the stage. The stage was so small that like I couldn't fit up there. And so I'm just like awkwardly like 2 feet. I'm already like a foot shorter than most people. And I'm like an extra 2 feet down, dude. Like I'm like below these dudes' nutsacks, just wailing on the guitar, dude. Like playing my fucking heart out. Like
and
straight letting her rip.
Schlatt was blocking me the whole time because he was standing in front of the drums.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like you can't even see me in the video. If you ever find this video, Race to Autumn,
you can barely see. Like I couldn't even recognize you.
Yeah,
looking at the video,
you don't know it's me back there. You can't even see because Schlatt's just like in the way
and not moving
Makes it better door
like
than
Tyler.
A window.
Tyler and Schlatt were like still pieces.
They're the stiffest.
But anyways, so the show went pretty good, and even well enough that people were like, "Yeah, play another song," or like somebody said it. As long as one person thought it, it's good enough to run it.
Yeah.
You're on the fucking who's gonna run it.
Thank you, Schlatt's mom.
And we're all kind of like, yeah, exactly. We're all kind of like, ooh. We don't have any more songs, Chief. And Matt's like up there with his acoustic guitar, and Marco was there. Quick backstory: Marco shows up fucking tank-tarded,
19-year-old.
I didn't talk to you until after the show, but I could tell you were showing up and you were buzzed out.
We had a bottle in the car.
Yep. And then, we had a couple of friends, gals come out to see us. Everything was cool. Like, it was fun as fuck, dude. And everything was good. And then that last song came up, dude. And this was... I hate to bag on Matt Peterson because he's easily one of my favorite and most awesome humans I could ever imagine. But this was not his greatest moment. And let me tell you. So he starts playing, I think it was a Goo Goo Dolls song on acoustic. Iris, yeah. And he fucking whips the capo up and stuck it in the wrong spot.
The what?
The capo, so it changes the scale of the guitar. So, like, you know how when you play an open chord, there's like open strings that you hit, and then you can take that and just move the shape up the neck.
Oh,
with that capo, it's that little grippy thing that sits
instead of tuning it manually, fucking with it.
Yeah, it would just tune too high. So instead, it's like for acoustic and little fucking, it just changes the whole key up. However high you.
So he was like entirely in the wrong scale or pitch.
And if you're off by one note on like an open chord, it's gonna sound completely irreparably terrible. So he set it there and he starts playing like a few chords and gets into like about when I don't know if he started singing or not. I think he did.
I think he got pretty far.
And we're all
and then he realized
nobody knew what to do.
Yeah.
I'm just like.
And he just looked at the crowd and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna start over."
That's it. He fucking was like, "Ooh, sorry guys," and the crowd was like, "Yo, what the fuck was that?" They were tripping, and then he put it on, and we just kind of like, all were like,
and that's a song we didn't even like practice.
Take the gear home, and did anybody else even play anything? Did you like drum along or something?
I think we tried to.
I think you might have drummed along or something, but it was unrehearsed. It was raw dogging it. Rawest of dogs.
There's nothing better than closing out a show like that.
Oh, dude, just like, and it was like good. It was good. Like, besides that, it wasn't great, but it was good.
Yeah.
It wasn't fucking, insane, but it was entertaining.
Afterwards, some lady came up to you and was like, "Yo, that was whack."
Getting there.
Oh, sorry.
I was getting there. You remember that, Heff. So after that fucking dive bomb caboodle, couple hilarious things that happened to my recollection on that night. I was basically sober, if not a little high, but I'm permanently high, so whatever. But we were like, I ran into you, and my dad was there. My mom wasn't at the time because she was in the hospital with her fucking heart condition. But I ran into you, and the first words out of your mouth, you're like, "Dude, that was good. I am drunk as fuck, dude." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, hey?" And then like my dad is like,
I did not.
This close.
I didn't see him.
You clearly did not.
I could barely see.
And my dad's 70% deaf, but I'll bet you my bottom dollar he heard you say that.
Oh my God, Marco.
I'll bet you my bottom. I was going dead over this shit, dude. Like, that's how confident I am that he heard it.
Jesus.
And we're 19 at the time, so that's like extra, like.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I think at this point, Pat had like a pretty good perception of me. Like I never really fucked up in front of him.
Yeah, nothing too heinous.
Like, I'm drunk as fuck.
But hey, that was hilarious. It was cool. Got to say what's up to all of our friends and shit. And obviously we weren't old enough to drink, so we kind of like started
6.2.
No, 4.8.
Oh, okay.
I agree. I would like 4 or 5.
Terrible longevity.
Good form. Anyways, so we were unloading the shit after the show, 10, 15, 20 minutes after. And there's this chick walking out with her dude, and she was very clearly intoxicated, stumbling over her shit. It's weird to see that because it's like 9:30 or 10.
It wasn't that late.
It wasn't late at all. And this bitch is just completely trashed, dude. I bet you she didn't know her own name. And she's like, she's walking along, and her dude's kind of helping her, and she's like, "Yo, what the fuck was that shit? That was whack." And we're all kind of like, I remember looking at Tyler's face, and he's so reserved, and he's kind of like, thanks. And that chick's dude was like, "Yo, I am sorry about that. She's off the chain. I'm sorry." Like, just totally apologetic. And she's like, "Nah, dude, that was fucked up." And she's like stumbling her ass out. We're like, man, that's pretty bad.
Excellent review.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. And that was the beginning of it all. So now if we flash forward 6 years, we're not at the end, but we're like in the beginning of a new phase.
Yeah.
And well,
absolutely.
Phase. I don't want to give any hints, but we're in a new phase. Oh. But
before you fast forward though,
yes.
After Race to Autumn, after like a couple shows, you guys kind of broke up. Yeah, we did the show
at the shop. Yeah. And
Tyler hated
Matt just didn't have the time for it. Tyler wasn't digging it. I started showing Heff.
Hated what?
The show at the shop because of Matt.
Oh, really?
Tyler was like, Matt bombed it. I can't.
Really?
I don't remember what he fucked up at the shop.
It was
it was
Walk
not
This Way.
Yeah. He just sang
like the verse 5 times in a row or something like that.
Oh.
And that was it for Tyler. He's like that.
Tyler was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, Matt was not putting in the legwork that he could or should have for sure. And he was a much more difficult vocalist to work with.
Yeah, because he had like a unique voice.
Yeah,
like,
he was a real singer. Voice. It's just hard to like.
He was actually a good singer. Yeah, is a good singer.
Like he's a real singer, you know.
But it's for like more acoustic style, right?
Yeah,
folky type or acoustic. Well, he could do more shit. He just doesn't really like to get too far this way, that way, whatever.
Yeah. So then it was after that show, you guys kind of just did your own thing. You went off to college.
Yeah. I showed you some of my original ideas, and then me, you, and Schlad kept jamming after that. But you were in like different projects.
That was like the.
And Tyler wasn't about that stuff, which like I was fine with because like it's whatever, you know. Like it's not like I can't fucking play the guitar too, you know.
Yeah, Tyler went off to school in Nashville. That's where he learned like the music production, and I was still part of Kurt and Schlad's project that was like unnamed after Race to Autumn for like the next couple of years, but
which was solid.
It was distant because I was up in Wisconsin too, and I would just come back every 2 weeks or every 3 weeks and just jam with them and stuff. Because I had that's when I was starting to get in some serious bands up there as the drummer, like of Rats up there and stuff, and I would come back. And we did have really good. In fact, some of the shit that we even played back then, we're using for the next material. Well, not like the next material that's coming out, but like
future material.
Exactly.
It's been around for a while. Like a lot of these riffs, a lot of these instrumentals have been around. They just have never had a vocalist with lyrics on them, and now they do. Me.
Which is fucking fantastic.
And we should introduce.
Me and you are on like the same wavelength with the project and everything.
Yeah,
like,
and we should like introduce
backbone
Nick, because obviously you're probably wondering like, okay, so if you became the singer, then who took over on drums? And that is Kurt's friend. I didn't know him actually. I met him from Kurt, but a guy named Nick Walter. He actually, so when I was putting my solo shit together last year, I needed a drummer for like the live shit on Halloween. And I hit up, or I was like, Kurt, you know any drummers? And Kurt's like, yeah, I'm actually in a softball league with this pretty good drummer. His name's Nick. And so
which I did so randomly, like halfway through the year, just hopped on.
Which I want to do next year. I want to do that.
Yeah, sign up's coming up soon, so
I'll holler. Let's get it then.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
But so he gave me the contact for Nick, and then I met Nick, and Nick's a killer drummer. And so after Halloween show,
it's crazy how well that worked out. Dude.
It worked out really well.
I had never even heard Nick play drums. I just knew he had some serious equipment and been at it for a while. And I wasn't even like, necessarily that close with him, but he's dating one of our managers at the shops and has been for like 7 or 8 years. So I definitely known him and know he's a solid dude and all that. But I was just kind of like super head ass one day, like, yeah, let's play some fucking softball. Because he used to play baseball. And then, this is probably 4 or 5 games in. And, you asked me it, and I'm like, it's perfect, dude. And then I just kind of introduced you guys at a game that you were at one Sunday.
Yep.
And we went tubing, and then after that, you sent him the material, and he's like, yeah, dude, let's rock it. So he totally crushed it at the show. And
oh, yeah, dude. And we only rehearsed the show like twice, honestly. Like, he got it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And so then after the show, I was like, well, we need to keep this guy around for something, So Kurt and I were like, well, I've been writing to Kurt's riffs. His guitar riffs. We could bring in Nick as our drummer, and then we could be a band. And so that's when we're like, all right, let's do this. Let's set up a jam sesh. And so we did. Went really solid after the first time. I mean,
yeah, most definitely.
yeah.
Yeah, Nick's a really good drummer.
Yeah.
Yeah, very entertaining, technical, but a creative. Like,
yeah, and he's like a metal dude.
Good on the double.
I know
bass.
he's like a metalcore dude, and I would say our genre is like not metalcore. It's probably more like
simpcore, post simpcore.
Yeah, post simpcore. Yeah. No, it's probably like emo pop rock, post traumatic hardcore,
post traumatic stress disorder, large cheese pizza with a side of funk and.
But I can't wait for you guys to hear these songs because they are musically they're really good, in my belief, and lyrically they're pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
some great
that's
content.
A big one.
Yeah.
Well,
we're not like a comedy band, but like they're.
But
pretty much.
I feel like if you try and say something too serious, nobody fucking listens to it. Like
yeah. We're not like what's the word I'm looking for? We're not
parody.
No, we're not like too
Good.
vague. We're not like anyone could write a song about a breakup, right? And like there's so many songs about breakups, but like if you be very specific about it and you write like. I tried to call her and then she didn't answer, so I got pissed, and then she blocked me, and then I was crying in the shower. Like, that is very specific. Like, that is like, what is this dude talking about?
Yeah.
Like it sounds relatable, and then it's just not.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I've never actually done that.
Yeah, it's definitely over dramatized, but in a approachable way for sure.
Definitely. So it's gonna be pretty exciting when these first batch of songs come out, which weren't the original. Like we had these 8 songs we were gonna put out. We were gonna record those first, but then we're like, you know what? Let's do like 4 simple.
Let's break
songs.
the ice.
Yeah, let's break the ice first. And so we put those 8 on hold, and we're gonna record them sometime soon. And we wrote 4 songs in like a day, or like 2 days maybe, and.
Yeah,
we went to the studio. This is the studio, and we laid them down.
That's right. Though we wrote 4 songs in like 2 days.
Yeah,
that was pretty impressive.
It was pretty impressive.
Like even just like lyrical, like the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, and so now they're all recorded and everything, and they're just being mixed and mastered, and they should be out sometime in April.
It'll be out pretty soon.
Oh, terrible barb. Oh, that was like a point.
0.6.
No, that was a 1 point.
Well, I had the burp coming, right? But then I stopped myself because I thought, like, oh, unprofessional. But then I was like, well, Kurt burped.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and let it out. But then I let it out, and it was, like, too late.
You can express yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is
terrible
burp. This is open, There's so much fake, fabricated, ninny bullshit out there. Like, that's definitely what me and Marco want to do is just get some real content.
Yeah, this is definitely real, for sure.
Let's give it a nice
let's give it a nice
thought.
A nice outro.
Nice little NZ dudes. Oh yeah, you're
all right.
right.
We got. So, we'll cut to this part. So we got an announcement. Me and Kurt have an announcement.
I hit the big brain mode today.
Yeah. So I was about to take a shower. Actually, I was butt naked, and
Dude, me too. Weirdly.
We are vibing on the same energy, dude.
Yeah.
But so I was about to take a shower. Kurt hits my phone. It's like, yo, big idea. Actually, I could read it. Let me pull it up.
Yeah. Pull up the verbatim, the real.
We're getting
the real McCoy.
Okay, dude. And we had some in caps too. Okay. Here we go. Kurt hit me up. We should start an OnlyFans for Heff and The E-boys and put out a bunch of extra content there. And I literally was like 100% support the idea. And then Kurt's like, it's brilliant. Let's make it tonight. We'll figure it out. And I was like, dude, let's promote it right now on the Sham Show. And he's like, even better.
Even better.
So this is our big promotion to the Sham Show viewers. There will be a Heff and The E-boys OnlyFans pretty soon. And just get ready for some raunchy content.
Exclusive content.
Exclusive
for all my Snapchat friends. You haven't seen nothing yet.
You know what's coming.
Yes.
Nothing.
If you've ever wanted to see an angry simp, subscribe to our OnlyFans.
100%.
An angry simp.
But that's our big announcement. I'm super happy to be here with you guys today.
Fuck yeah, bud. I've been wanting to rip this one for a cool minute.
Yeah.
Also, quick shout out to Marco and his monkey tail. Monkey tail.
Monkey tail.
Can't let that one slip.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's fucking pretty sweet to have you on board and get to discussing a little bit of the musical venture, some of our collaborative stuff. Just fucking everything, man.
Yeah, just a little sneak preview of everything. So
we'll do a follow up, maybe like this summer, or like after you guys drop it.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Oh, for sure.
How the OnlyFans is coming, the band.
I can look back and be like, wow, what a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
That's the whole point of this. Yeah.
Imagine watching.
All right, future me, if you're watching this, keep doing you.
Yeah, future me. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't be part of the 27 club. That's all we gotta say, right? Marco?
Right.
Don't be part of the 27.
I was just thinking that, like, I don't know if there'll be future Russes, but
I gotta. Well,
he's not 27 yet, but next year we gotta watch this boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keep him close this entire 27.
Yeah. Anything dangerous is bad news.
Unless I just become
knives
the next Dave Grohl and he was like the Kurt Cobain, you know. I mean, that'd be okay too.
Hey,
take one for the team.
If I die,
take one for the team. Actually, you know what?
Please exploit it for financial gain.
We absolutely will.
Please. I do not give a shit once I'm dead. You know, like
this will be even better content.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. But then everybody will be like, "Oh, Kurt was so
It is 5 o'clock.
Yeah, you got a dinner.
I do.
All right. Thanks for coming on the show, Heff.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Heff and The E-boys. OnlyFans. Check out Race to Autumn if you feel like it.
Yes.
And check out Heff's original material.
Yeah, Jayk
too.
Heffner, JaykHeffner. I'm sure you guys will like spell it out that way for the Sham Show thing.
No one cares.
No one cares.
We'll link
is
the
the name of the
video
song. It's spelled N-O and then the number 1 and then cares.
What do you want people to do? Are you on Spotify and shit?
I'm on Spotify. I'm on SoundCloud. I'm on
Apple
So
Music.
subscribe.
Everything. I'm on everything. Also hit my Instagram. Hit my Twitter. I just made a Space Hey. If you guys know MySpace from back in the day, Space Hey is going to be the new big app. It's blowing up right now. I have 41 friends, so fuck you guys.
That's going to be the one where you're looking at in the future like, what the fuck was I thinking?
You know what? Future me probably has 1,000 friends on that app. Current me has 41. I'm proud of current me and future me.
Go future you.
All right, guys. I'm dipping.
Fucking mint there, bud.
She's a rap.
That was killer.
Sweet. That was really fun, guys.
Fuck yeah.
That was a good quick one.
But I do got to dip for real.
Yeah, you do.
So, damn, I was going to bring that shit, but can I just leave you here one more time?
Damn it, huh?